Hello, hello. It is I, in the thing with the yoke. You join us here, friends, in the TBM, the 850. This one from Blacksquare. We're on the ground here at Weston Aerodrome. We're going to ramble up to Belfast City. The time of day, it's just after 6:30 in the morning, and I thought I'd add in a face cam, just to give you, you know what I mean. It's looking at me noggin. The Pimax Crystal Light, that is the headset we're using. It's very, very comfortable. It is very, very light. You'd kind of just stay in this thing all day. So our flight today, I wanted to test out how the lighting is going to come across when I record stuff. So I said, look, sure, we'll go for a very early morning flight. Hopefully we're going to pick up the sunrise on our way up to Belfast. So before we get going, have a quick look at our tablet down here. And let's have a look here now. Payload. So wheel chocks, I've already removed all of this stuff, but it's only a click of a switch. You can see the engine covers come on there, pitot covers, chocks. Fuel, we're looking good. We'll just make sure we're, let me see, level the tanks, 110 in each. What else do we have here now? Engine visualizer is good. And we have the full electrical system, cabin control stuff, failures, more failures to beat the band. And I'm using the GTN 750, and this one is from PMS50. It's really, really good. So we'll put our tablet back down there. A couple of things to get ourselves started with the aircraft. So we'll go to our overhead, lift the bar up, and we're going to turn on some power. As we're waiting here now, as the few systems start coming alive, but we're going to turn on our inertial separator. We'll actually hear that motor turn. There she go. And well, we'll get the rest of the power in, and we get some lights up and running. So let me see, generator is on off at the moment, starter, ignition, they're all off. And we do have some interior, oh, look at the lighting on this thing. We have some stunning lighting in this aircraft. Now I need to turn off the gadget. So if you double tap the side of the Pimax Crystal, it kind of puts it into like a black and white camera, but it means you can see what's in front of you. It's very handy if you want to pick up a drink, or you know, if you're not getting fully used to muscle memory, right, where all your controls are. Well, you know, you can double tap the side. You can't see it on the screen, but what I can see everything. It's a black or white kind of a weird camera. It's like what life looks like after a couple of pints. But it just means that you can kind of reach for stuff. You know where everything is, and double tap the side of the headset again, and you're good to go. Super, super nice. So we're going to get this aircraft up into action. So we're going to start off, put our prop to full as we ramble across. Starter ignition is going to go to on. Our booster pumps need to be activated. Fuel select goes to auto. We're looking good there. We're looking good there. The inertial separator is already open. Go ahead and cancel that warning. And we'll go for now start on the engine. So nav light, put on the strobes, just so we can see a bit of jiggery pokery out the window. That looks good. And we're going to engage the starter. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on our NG. IGT is going to be coming down a little bit, because I'm just going to let this spin for a moment, because, well, Murphy's Law, I started everything up moments ago, and I left everything turned on, like the wheel chocks and the pitot covers, and it's grand, right? It's totally fine. So let me say, we'll get this down below 90, and then we'll fire in some fuel. Down you come, you devil, you. There's 90. Fuel coming in. Looking for around 750-ish. 738. Not too bad. So, IGT is okay. NG is risen above 50%. And we'll continue on with our flows. Okay. Now, let's come on over here to flow. Let's go headphone simulation. We're looking good. So I have a little button, that's what changes the microphone settings, right? So I better check all this. So I'm going to just remove the headset for a minute to make sure all my buttons on my OBS are working. They're working, right? So that's great news. So we'll put the wagon back on our head, and we continue on here with our flows. You need to check for these things. I probably need a button to get us up and running. Right, let me see. Our pitot heaters can come on. Altimeter is looking good. 160, 122. Again, I can find that on the keyboard. Where's my B key? There's your B. Reset our barrow. We're already good. Get all this stuff set up. Let's double check engine condition. We're looking good. Nav is already in here. We're going to change our course deviation indicator, and we're going to put that into GPS. And we'll set an initial altitude here for 6,000 feet and click arm. What is incredible with this aircraft, with any aircraft using Pimax Crystal Light, it's the clarity. It's so clear inside the headset, and yes, you can lean in if you wish, but you really don't need to. I mean, everything I can see here, it's so sharp, so sharp. So ignition back to auto. Let me see, bleed system needs to be turned on. Auto. Inertial separator is fine. Keep the revs out of there, Murph. Let me see, parking brake is set, but that's okay. This is all looking good. Transponder, we'll stick it on to, we'll go makey uppy. We'll go, let me see, 4, 6, 4, 1. We'll turn it on. We'll go altitude mode once we get moving. Inside cabin temperature is 22 degrees. That's totally fine. So we're going to hold the brakes. And we'll flick on the old taxi light. And let's get moving. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all of this works. As I said, like, what I can see in the headset is great. I'd be interested to see when that sun starts coming up. Just the colours you get in the Pimax as well. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Make life a little bit easier. It's super. The taxiway here in Weston, it's kind of like the grass is the taxiway, which kind of shouldn't be, but sure, listen. We'll turn on all our lights so I can actually see what I'm doing. Strobes, they're on as well. Go for a notch of flaps. Let's just testing the yaw dampener here as well. Alright, easy now. Come on up here to the left to get ourselves onto that active. We're looking good. We are just 9 days away at the time of recording this one to FlightSim 2024, and the excitement levels, lads, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, so coming on to the active. There's a little taxi line, keep following that. And it's so cool, like in VR, man, I mean, you know, you're lifting your head, you're moving around, it's just class. Jeez, no runway lights. We like a challenge. We like a challenge. Alright, let's hold station here. Heading mode, let's go to 0. And when we take off, we're going to stick it on heading mode, and we're going to climb up to 6,000 feet. We'll probably go IAS mode, but we should be good. Okay, inertial separator is going to stay on. AP and master switches are already on. I think we're good, lads. Okay, so let's start advancing the power. Beautiful sounds. Keep it on the center line. Altitude mode. And our takeoff power is set. Speed is alive. Why is there no runway lights in Weston? They didn't pay their bills, I suppose. We're going to look for a rotation speed of about 85. We're getting light now. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Positive rate of climb, and we're indicating. Go ahead and bring the landing gear in, tapping the toe brakes. We're looking good. Go ahead and bring the flaps in. Yaw dampener coming on. Get a bit of trim set up here. Okay, so we want to go heading mode. We're going to lock that in. Autopilot has been engaged. And we'll go indicated airspeed as we climb. So that's going to try and hold about 140 knots as we climb up. GPS message coming in here. Set our course. That's all good. So we're going to start a turn here. We'll go over to the left. That'll bring us out towards kind of Baldonnel neck of the woods. So first turn coming in here, 180 degrees. That's a beautiful sight, man. That is gorgeous. That's Casement Aerodrome there on the left side. And we'll continue to climb. We're holding 140 nicely. Flaps are already in. Yaw dampener is on. And our course should be set 019er. Okay. Two and a half thousand feet. And there's Dublin over there on the left hand side. Beautiful. Alright, left turn coming in. 090 degrees. Now we're saying 6,000 originally. We're bringing it up to 9er. Cabin temperature 20 degrees, we're looking good. Pressurization is okay for the moment. And we'll be bringing back the inertial separator now once we get over about kind of 4,000 feet. Man, there's a view. And the dials and everything here is a little bit on the bright side. We can bring all these down. That's one thing I like about the TBM. There's a lot of customization when it comes to, you know, how bright you want the panels to be, or do you know what I mean? We do have some overhead lights here as well. I'll bring those off if we wish. And we have some cabin lights here if we want to put them on. The main access lights. So we got a lot going on back here. Good job we've no passengers. They'll be grand. Oh, look at the views, man. Stunning. Now again, I don't know what they look like, you know, from the video perspective, but in here, these are gorgeous. Right, let's have a look at that torque. I think we're good. So we're going to go off of the inertial separator. We will see a lift in torque. So I might have to manually adjust this. Bring it down slightly. Because as you turn off the inertial separator, your torque will increase. So there's 6,000 feet. The torque is still rising. But now we can go into 850 mode. And that's going to unrestrict our torque. We can bring it up over 100%. And as we do this now, it's going to be a left turn coming in. And we'll just do a nice kind of a wide turn into it. 030 degrees should be fine. Oh, that's beautiful. And like in 2024, the lighting has been enhanced for cities. They've got a whole load of additional lighting going on, and they kind of glisten. I saw that during the Tech Alpha. It looks stunning. We're definitely on headphone simulation. We are. Yeah, we are. So folks are asking me, how do we get the flow wheel, right? So the flow wheel is part of, it can work inside a VR environment, right? And all you need to do, you'll see you can't really see the panel, but there is a panel here. So see the way the cursor is changing up the top? That means I can move this guy wherever I want it. I tend to leave it in a location I won't be messing with it. And then it's only a matter of open the wheel, and then you have access to all your flow features. Finished, just click away and it'll click away. Okay, 500 feet to go, still climbing nicely here. You can see that torque. We can probably give it a bit more socks. Let's bring it up now to 120 and arm, and we'll keep it in IAS mode. Speed is looking good. We'll do another course correction now. We're going to go straight to 360 degrees. And I'm going to arm nav mode. And once we capture that magenta line, we're heading straight to Belfast. Now pressurization, again, we're alright. Cabin temperature is 13, so we need to do something there. So I'll bring up the cabin temperature, we got the fans turned on. Air conditioning can go on here as well. 13 degrees, let's build that up. GPS message coming in. That's okay. We're above 10,000, go ahead and get our pulse lights on. And we're looking good, So far so good. So the tail number I'm using today, November 851 Tango Bravo. If we jump outside, this could be loud now, so just mind your ears, right? Mind your ears. The Stevo 1 Kenevo Special, November 851 Tango Bravo. Stevie used to fly this for some time. An absolutely gorgeous airplane. I think the owner actually sold it, and Stevo's flying other stuff, but it's a beautiful aircraft. Okay, looking at our GTM, we got about 25 minutes out from Belfast. Messages coming in here on all our GPS units, but we're alright. NG 103%, and once we level off, that speed is going to come right up, and that'll reduce then our flight time. And so far so good. We should see a sunrise coming out that window soon. It's thinking about it. Might get these cabin lights turned off here as well. There we go, make it nice and comfortable. So we level off here at flight level 120. That speed is going to start picking up. Our ETA to our destination is going to start running down. And so far so good. So we're coming online to our magenta line. I've just put in a direct 2. I did try a flight on VFTSim. It's not terribly easy. However, in saying that, right? It depends on what way you have all your different bits and bobs in here. For instance, I now have access to all my Navigraph charts. Now, this might be a little bit janky loading in. It'll do this the first time round, right? So we'll give it a moment and let's just see what happens. There we go. So we'll just leave that alone. It's picking up the sim, although in saying that, now let me see. We need to do a lot of stuff here. Put this into nighttime mode. There we go. So the handiness about this, right? If you're using Navigraph inside VR, I mean, you absolutely can. There is no reason why you can't, right? If we do new flight, for instance, we can say, right, okay, we're going from Weston, so Echo India Whiskey Tango at route, and our arrival is going to be Belfast City. What's that? EGAC, is it? I think. Yeah, there we go. So that's our route. So that's currently what we're flying to. And the fact that everything inside Navigraph can work in VR, it's just brilliant. Where I think the challenges are, I would love if Navigraph can just put in like a scratch pad on this panel. Just for VR users. If you guys can put in a scratch pad that we can write down some stuff. Now we can do that with the annotations, right? So, I can go in and look at the charts here for Belfast. We can say, okay, well look, just show me the, just show me the airport, right? So we can go in here and have a look at that chart. So if we open up the chart and we zoom in, and we can put in all our details in here. If Navigraph can put in like just a little, annotations in here that you can literally write anywhere, I think this would be super handy. Because do you know what? Even on the world map, there's no way to write on the world map. And I think that would be super cool. I mean, what do you think, guys? Depending on what... I mean, I'm using high IFR stuff. But you go to VFR. That's giving me a whole lot of information. But you know what I mean? If you could just, like, write something in here, it takes the pressure off. And then it just... when you're doing ATC on VFTSim, it makes it way more easier. You know what I mean? Now, this is... I mean, you can move this around. You can keep it here in the chair beside you. And you can, like... You just fly on as normal. That panel stays open. You're no longer worried about it. You're just doing your flight. Man, look at the view. And then if you do need to reference your charts, we can say, okay, well look, my charts are down here. Yeah, that's me. We're passing Gormiston here. That's on our right-hand side. But all of this is made possible using Flow from Parallel 42. And I don't know how much coffee Edson and the team have to be drinking to have Flow working in FlightSim 2024. I think, you know, we talk about accessibility. I think Flow is an absolute must-have for FlightSim. And I would love to see Asobo and Microsoft really get behind Parallel 42, help them out, get this thing working. Because I'm going to miss it. I'm really going to miss it. So 15 minutes out, that sky out there, man, that's gorgeous. Very, very nice. Now, when it comes to an aircraft like the TBM, I mean, this is a high-fidelity simulation. And Blacksquare have done an incredible job at this. And I love this recent upgrade with the tablet, right? So, I mean, when you look at the level of simulation, which we're kind of running hot here, when you look at the level of simulation that they're, like, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We can keep an eye on the electrical systems, cabin environmental, so we're actually getting a little bit warm there now, so we can kind of ease off on our cabin temperature. Bring this guy back a bit. We're up on 24 degrees Celsius. It's nice and comfortable. So we're just cruising, 13 minutes out. We'll start descending here now shortly. I suppose again, let's bring up Navigraph to have a look at the runway we're going to land on. Okay, let's see. Can we actually? Navigraph has detected we're in a flight in the sim, so let's load that. All right, we're looking good. Here we are. So let's go in and have a look at the runway. So. Approach taxi. So we'll go for 04. It's going to be straight in. Alright, nice. We have not got far to go. So it's pretty much straight in. Now we can do the same using the 750. We can access Navigraph charts from inside this as well. But it's nice having the, you know, it's nice having your charts kind of native. Because again, like if you're going to be on VFTSim, you need them. You absolutely need them. Man, even the lighting, do you know what I mean? The lights coming off the strobes there, beautiful. And we have our pulse lights here as well, so they're, you know, they're like wigwag lights. They go from left and right. And then looking at the stars, again, like in a VR headset, lads, it's unbelievable. And the clarity in the Pimax Crystal Light, it's bananas. It's stunning. These guys down another little bit. Okay, a little bit over 10 minutes. Electrical systems are looking good, fuel is looking good, environmental, 22 degrees inside, cabin pressure's fine, everything's fine. Expect an ambush. Things shouldn't be going this smooth. Oh man. Cruising at flight level 120. We have an indicated airspeed of 200. We're doing about 250 over the ground. And again, like I think, you know, you throw ATC into this, man, like the levels of immersion, they just go off the chart, like. And look at the reflections there on the window, look. And you look mad. I mean, look at the state of it. You look totally strange and like, what's your man doing? But it is, you're so immersed. You're so, like, you're just in the zone. That's it, you're in there. You're flying your plane. You're super aware of your surroundings inside the sim. And in low lighting conditions, I mean, this is going to be, now, I'm recording all of this. There's a good chance when I stop recording, I'll be like, I don't believe it. The quality, right? I mean, it's me, right? But wouldn't it be great if this does actually come across well? Granted, okay, I have a face cam on now. You let me know if, like, Because on the next VR video, I don't know. Do you want to be looking at, like, do you know what I mean? No, Murphy, get off the screen, you big... Right, so you need to let me know. Do you prefer having the face cam turned on, or would you prefer to have it off? Let me know in the comment section below. I do read them. I love reading I love reading your feedback. It helps kind of steer me in, you know, how content is going to be made, and I've gotten so many lovely messages. So many awesome content creators as well. I mean, the VR pilot, VR flight sim guy, sim hanger, like so many. And I'll always forget, I'm brutal with it, I'll always forget someone. But it's so great to see you guys help. Well, it's great that you guys are helping me out, right? But then when I look at your content and I see the stuff that you do in the sim, and what I'm loving about the whole, you know, VR, 90%, 95% of my flights are done, you know, in a 2D setting, where, you know, I have my TV and that's it, because that's where all our group flights are. And to be honest, when it comes to live streaming, that's mainly what I do, right? However, the ability then inside VR, and, you know, being able to share this experience. Now, granted, you can never record VR and have everything working super well. It's always going to be a much better experience inside the headset. Do you know what I mean? And there have been loads of questions about what are my settings and how am I doing this and how am I doing that. I'll go through all of those. I'm going to make a video on just the settings. I'm still trying to dial in to have everything exactly the way I want it. And once I know, right, this is the way I want it, well then I'll be, you know, right, this is how I've done it. This is how it works, if that makes sense. Little things. I am using DirectX 12. I am using FrameGen, right? I'm using DLSS, which means I can't use, like, you know, other XR programs. I'm using the Pimax Crystal XR solution. I'm not using Steam, it's Pimax. Just use theirs because it seems to be working very, very well. And there are a couple of settings that you can dial in, but for the most part, it's stock. It's like it's at that beta 90 hertz, which helps. And then when it comes to my simulator settings, again, you can turn so many options down, because when you're in VR, you don't need them that high. Your eyes can only kind of, you know, your eyes can only see a certain amount of detail anyway, right? And for everything that I've used and the settings that I'm running, they're there or thereabouts. You know, we nearly have it boxed off. Man, this is beautiful. Right, we better descend here now like a mad bunch of lads. Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna arm this. We need to drop down our feet per minute here. Let's have a look. So, arm that, feet per minute. Why won't you go negative, lads? There we go. 3,000 feet a minute. Let's go ahead and bring this power back. It's going to be a steep descent. Bring that torque all the way back. Watch the speed. Oh, look out there with the view. Now let's just double check our altitude here. We're going to go for 3,000 feet, which is armed. As we come back down to 10,000, go ahead and get rid of the pulse lights. Is that a sim pause? No. Oh, that's weird. Can't change our lighting. Let's see. There we go. What was that all about? It's so strange. It was like a bit of a pause in the aircraft. That was strange, wasn't it? Maybe it was scenery loading in? I don't know. Oh, it's so clear out the window there. Looking at the coast, looking at the water, then those sky colours. That's gorgeous. Right, let's see what else we need to do. Cabin temperature, English Murph. Cabin temperature is okay. We'll go ahead and blow back this inertial separator. Take us out of 850 mode. 7,000 feet, speed 170. We do have runway lights ahead. Master caution, that's okay, that's just the inertial separator. Okay, shallow out the rate of descent. Speed is good. Man, that's so pretty. So we want to keep the speed somewhat manageable. I might go, I might just hold it at 4,000 feet. And ease our way out. Right, we're going to hold 4,000. Watch the speed dropping down. Keep it at about 140. That's a bit better. I think that's Aldergrove out there on their left. So 5 minutes out. We're looking good over here. Again, 22 degrees inside the cabin. That's more than comfortable. Let's have a look around out the front. As I said, it's this is the first nighttime flight I've done with it. And you'll probably notice as well, see my headphones? So I'm using my normal headphones, which I didn't think you could do with the Crystal, but you can. Because it kind of fits over my ample sized cranium. Not a mallet head. So yeah, it works, and it works well. Okay, speed is looking good. This is so nice. Like, I've probably forgotten a load of different things, but sure, listen, it'll be grand. It's all about the experience. Man, those sky colours. Okay, we're nearly at 10 miles out. Speed. $500 feet a minute. Bring us down to 3,500 feet. Or 3,000 feet rather. I do think that's a runway just over there, I think. So we'll adjust our heading. 360 degrees. Heading mode engaged. This looks to be right. Man, look at the lighting though. I really hope this comes across well in the video because it's just stunning. It's so immersive. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that is our runway. Alright, so speed, keep bringing it down. We're aiming for about 3,000 feet. We're going to deactivate the yaw dampener. We can actually kill the autopilot here now. Autopilot off, my airplane. And we can keep everything visual. Power coming back. Nice and easy. The sounds of this, I'm using the FTSim sound pack. You can get all his sounds. You just go over to Patreon. It's about, I think it's like $5 a month. But he has so many aircraft sound enhancements. And for the TBM, ooh, beautiful. Alright, bring that speed right back now. Try and level off here, maybe 2,000 feet. And we're looking good. First notch of flaps coming in. Nose is going up. Go ahead and drop the landing gear. Landing gear in motion. The gear on the TBM are notoriously slow. 3 greens, gear down and secured. And we'll turn ourselves final. Oh man alive, the lighting here, lads. This is so good. It's gorgeous. What an experience though. I mean, like, you fly in the sim all the time, but like, you throw it into VR, and more importantly, you throw it into this headset. Pimax Crystal, or Pimax as a company, they've absolutely hit a home run with this hardware. And the Crystal Light, it's just brilliant. Right, focus on the landing, you muppet. Don't end up in a mess. Full flaps. Flaps full. Watch the speed coming in. A little bit low. Oh, that's so nice. Five hundred. Your man's voice is like game show announcer. Watch your speed. There's Belfast Harbour, Harland and Wolff. The birthplace of RMS Titanic. What are the name of the cranes? Is it David and Goliath, I think? Is it? I can never remember. Right, easy now, Merv. Don't make yourself famous. It's a football field. Look at the state of the detail. Decision height, ramble in. Let's see what happens. Well, let's see what happens. We should be grand. I'm not too worried about the poppy lights. I mean, you know. Easy now. Easy. Hold the power, watch the flare. Don't float it all the way. Easy. Touchdown. Intubate it. Landing rate 135 feet per minute. We'll take every bit of it, lads. There's decel. I could have jumped on the brakes, but we'll leave it a be. That new feature on the 750, see the way now it zooms in? Isn't that amazing? Alright, bit of manual braking. And we shall back taxi. Easy does it. Better bring the flaps in. A little left turn. Alright. Alright, watch your speed coming in. Ramble off here to the left. Oh, the lighting is superb, lads. Beautiful. bit lively. We'll park in here at number 9. I'm unsure as to where the FBO is. There is a bit of a something over the far side, but we'll ramble in here at number 9. Right. Man, the lighting, it's so good. In this headset, it's just so good. Alright, we'll kind of hold there. So, park and brake. There's our warning light. And let's tidy up. So, heater's off. Strobe's off. Transponder standby. Good there, look good there. Autopilot units off. And we'll go for avionics off. And that's all looking good, that's all looking good. There's that weird screen glitch thingy that happens. I saw some comments on that last week as well. Super annoying, isn't it? Okay, we're looking good there. Bring the prop home. Booster pumps off. What else do we need to do here? They're all off. Bleed system off. Environmental settings. 22 degrees, nothing wrong with that. What else do you want here? Inertial separator. We'll close that now that we're parked. Alrighty. It's looking good. Nav lights off. Gen's off. And the sound's incredible. That's our little way out. Bring our tablet here now as well. So battery off. Power off. And into our options here, we're going to say payload, wheel chocks, pitot covers, get the engine covers on as well. That will secure the prop. And if I jump back here and we hit the little release, get the door open. Oh, what a beautiful airplane, isn't it? Like, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There we have it, friends. November 851 Tango Bravo. Successful flight. It took us out of Weston. It flew us all the way up here to Belfast. And just stunning. That time of day. Like, I mean, look at the lighting over there. Look. Beautiful stuff. So I want to thank you so much for, well, putting up, I'm after bashing me hand, for putting up with me in me VR, right? The Pimax Crystal Light, it's a lot of fun. You look mad wearing it though, no doubt. And then, you know, when you take off the goggles, it looks as if you were out skiing. You know what I mean? But, no, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for watching, and do let me know your comments in the section below, and do be sure to hit that little, the little like button and the bell, so you can stay up to date with what we're doing next. So, right, that's it. I'm going to have to do something else. Thank you all so very, very much indeed for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Until the next time, you take care.